Now we move into the writing section of the test for our last 3 avoidable mistakes. And this is a theme we've seen in previous videos on both reading and math, to make sure to give the question what it wants. This is particularly important in the writing section when there is a question. Sometimes there isn't. But on the questions involving rhetorical skills, so where you have to add a sentence, delete a sentence, add a transition, change a detail, things like that. Sometimes they're going to have a question, and a lot of times that question will be very specific in the thing it's asking. And I find that sometimes test takers get so caught up in the passage, in the choices, that they forget what they were trying to do, what they were trying to answer. So in general, treat that question as really important. If you get stuck, reread it. Before you answer the question, reread it. Just return to that question. That's the foundation. So, if we look at this number 12, which of the following choices gives a second example most similar to the first? That's the thing you got to really be focusing on. What is the first example? And then which of those choices is a similar kind of example to that one? Which of the following choices best reinforces the main point of the paragraph? When I work with students on questions like these, they'll explain to me how they got their answer. And a lot of times, it'll have nothing to do with the main point of the paragraph. And the question's asking us, reinforce the main point of that paragraph. That's what we need to do. And so the first thing we should do to answer a question like this is figure out what is the main point of the paragraph, and then go to the choices to see which one is going to reinforce it. Which of the following choices best shows the age and popularity of the building? So 2 specific things we're looking here. We're looking for a choice that's going to specifically talk about the age of the building and its popularity. And so if your choices don't mention those things specifically, don't discuss them in any way, probably not going to be the answer, regardless of how else it might fit into the paragraph or passage at that point. Which of the following choices provides the most effective transition from the previous paragraph? Again, a lot of times test takers will look at a question like this and they'll answer it based on what they think is like a good topic sentence or a good introductory sentence to the paragraph. And while that is something to consider, this question is asking more specifically for that most effective transition from the previous paragraph. So all in all, when you're dealing with a question, reading, math, or in this case, writing, really take seriously what it's looking for. A lot of times, that's where the mistakes come in. It's just answering some other question that's not being asked.